uncertain economy, there's very few things that we can count on. One thing I continuously know for sure is that I don't have dropped calls from AT&T. We were right under one of the largest cell phone antennas in Lauderdale County, and yet I have no signal. Now, there's a little bar there, but normally it has a SOS. Oh! What was that? What was that noise? You don't hear that in any AT&T commercials. AT&T in real estate and car sales and every other kind of sales, people practice truth in advertising. And I wish you would try it sometime. You know, AT&T, when I see your commercials on TV, it makes me sick. It makes me want to throw this phone through the TV. What kind of bars are you talking about that you have everywhere? I mean, we've got more bars than anybody. Let me tell you what, AT&T, this is what kind of bars I got with AT&T. Zero bars. What kind of bars do you got? Big payday bars. But you know what? I got no signal bars, AT&T, none. Where's the ones that you show on TV in your advertising? Oh, you make me so mad. I'm so sick of you, AT&T. You know what? This is good for what? A big paperweight. Paperweight is what it's good for. I'm glad that you put games on the phone because I've gotten damn good at poker. All I need is a phone that calls people. I don't need games. I don't need you to play games. I just need a signal. Oh, in your newest commercial, we covered 97% of America. How is it that I live and travel in the 3% that you don't cover every day? You really suck. It's a shame that I have to have two cell phones. This one from Cellular South, this one from AT&T. Why do you think I need this one? Because this one doesn't work half the time. And the call's dropped, okay? The call's dropped. They don't know if I hung up. They don't know if I got hit by a train. Maybe you should get OnStar. When you have a wreck, they'll call the police. You know, how are they connected? How is OnStar connected? Maybe AT&T should talk to OnStar because they're always there, always ready. If you have a wreck, they call you right away. I bet you they don't use AT&T. I'm glad you don't make medical equipment. What if you had an AT&T pacemaker? Would that suck? You're just sitting there watching TV, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, it's not working. I mean, come on. I'm glad you're doing cell phone service at least, you know? And you know what I haven't seen in the commercials either? Is the little red, the little red X when you send a text. I didn't see that before I bought your service. It goes through and it shows where it's sending. And then there's a red X. What is that, AT&T? Why have you never advertised that? Give me a break. Why don't you do this? Why don't you stop tooting your horn on TV and use that money to build some antennas that work so that we can get service? Because you know what? In my business, word of mouth advertising means everything. And if you were that damn good, I would be telling my friends, hey, you need AT&T service. What you have is more zero bars than anybody. SOS, baby! Where's that in your AT&T commercial? What does that mean? Because you know what? I never saw it before I had AT&T. What is SOS? What are y'all called SOS? Call failed. What is... Call failed is something I see every day. So you can understand how it aggravates me when I have to see your commercials every day. You know, it's surprising that my big screen TV doesn't have a big bullet hole in it, because every time you come on the TV, AT&T, I just want to shoot something. You know, if you get a chance to watch this, or any of your board of directors get a chance to watch this, really consider consider spending less money on that advertising, maybe a little more humble commercial, maybe a little upgrade on your equipment, and I don't know, maybe practice a little more truth in advertising. Or I would stop doing business with a gas station, you know, if they had water in the fuel. I'm glad you don't make airplanes. That would... But anyway, AT&T, look. I hate to cut you short, but yeah, this call is over. Call failed. I'm gonna have to cancel that bill. Every time I eat a Zero bar, I think of AT&T. Dude, have you had one of these AT&T? Kind of melted. It's about 100 degrees here in Mississippi today. Yeah. It's the only time I smile. It's the only time I smile when I think of AT&T. Is when I'm eating a Zero. AT&T, I brought one for you too. I know you don't like Zeros, and you're not going to like me telling everybody about Zeros. But why don't you have a payday? Because that's what you get every time you sell someone another bag of Zeros.
You can't always get what you want.